on their quarterbacks today. Was that design stuff or just effort, or what was the key to that?
No, I think a lot of it was technique, effort. They played well. I thought the back end did a nice job of getting sticky on some route combos that forced the quarterback to hold a little bit. And so, again, we always talk about both coverage and pass rush. They work together. It always is that way. Now, we'll look on the film. I'm sure there were some individual efforts there that really helped, and we got a free runner on a blitz, and so those things help. But no, most times it's the back end did a nice job getting sticky, and the front end did a nice job of playing with extension in hand, and we made a big deal of that because both guys could scramble and could get out. And I think they did a nice job of locating in the pocket. They got initial pressure that got them off the spot, and then guys rallied.
How do you think you guys did when they brought in the changeup with Malik in there, and then they had to take him out? Other than that last drive of the half, I think they responded to that.
Yeah, I thought the guys did a nice job. I mean, the first drive he came in, we got the big sack, there on the field pressure, and that gave us an opportunity to get him in a 3rd and long, and forced him to have to sort of hand it there, and we were able to get off the field. And then he had the drive before half, and you could just see him starting to gain some confidence, and so making those plays coming out of halftime were really big. Obviously, the interception was really big. So again, proud of our guys, the way they played. It always feels good to end with a win. Obviously, we've got another one. Before we go into the offseason, and that's a big one. You don't ever want to sit on a loss, but when you're in a rivalry game like this, it's important to get that win. And I thought the guys showed up. They played hard. They were consistent throughout the day, and some of the runs that got out, we could have fit better a little bit, but overall we'll take it.
Coming into 13-7 at the half, they seem to have some nice momentum kind of building there. But is that a point of emphasis in the locker room that, hey, we need a really good first series?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime that they defer, we have to take the ball. We know that we're going to have to come out of the locker room, and especially that sort of that middle 8. Obviously, the last 4 minutes of the first half to the first 4 minutes of the second half, those are big momentum shifters, and we've done pretty well going into halftime. Holding points off the board this year. In that scenario, we didn't, and then we knew we had to come right back out. And so, a game can flip in a hurry right there. You're up 13-0. The next thing you know, if you don't do it right, they score before the half. If they score coming out of the half, all of a sudden you're behind, and the momentum's flipped. So we knew it was going to be a big deal. The guys came out, they made the necessary adjustments, and I thought we did a nice job.
Coming into the season, a lot of eyes were on the linebacker core, but the secondary, I think, performed pretty well for you guys all year. What surprised you about just the way they were able to just really click and lock things down?
Well, nothing surprised me, really. I talked about it in spring and in fall camp. I thought the guys were making competitive plays. I think some of those guys got an extra year. You think about Carrington got another year under his belt out there, so he can play with so much more confidence. He did a nice job at one-on-one situations today. We had to make quite a few of those. Obviously the addition of Keydron, I thought Andrew Phillips, stepped up, in sort of that nickel spot. And then you talk about those safeties and how well they've played all year, all of them. And, when somebody's dinged, someone else steps in, and, whether it's Ty Asian or Lovett, Geiger before he got injured, and then, Zion's come in and played really good football for us. So it's been that whole back end, they've bought in. Really proud of their effort, how they play, how physical they play, and it's really obviously helped us as a defense as a whole.
Zion had the big splash play at the end to kind of help you clinch it, pass breakup, and
yep. Jordan picked.
Really nice play by Zion again.
Absolutely, it was. It turns into just understanding. All right, what route concepts are we getting? Knowing what they like to go to, and the guys did a nice job reading it. Broke on the football, got the ball in the air, and then Jordan played with great depth back there as a half-field player and was able to pick it.
JJ, that strip sack, he almost took
Oh,
one.
he just got to bend his knees and then scoop and then could have walked in backwards, skipped in, something. But no, it was an incredible effort because I think what a lot of people forget is, or didn't realize, I mean, he was getting held the entire first half of that play, and he fought off a hold and then continued to rush through it, forces the sack, and then able to scoop it. It was really a great play all the way around. Good job, good pocket push by the two edge guys, collapsing the pocket. So, no, it was a really nice play.
Brad, what's it say about both DeAndre and Jaquez wanting to be out there? And not just being out there, but making
but making plays, and both of them getting, if I'm not mistaken, right? You guys can correct, but both got their 300 plus tackle, right? So they're such good team guys, and you guys are gonna try to make me freaking cry on camera, so I'm not gonna let you do it. I told the locker room, I said, hey, listen, I got one more before I start boo-hooing. You're gonna miss a lot of these veteran guys that have done so much for this program, so much for me. So, but yeah, it means a lot. It meant a lot for me for them to be out there. It meant a lot for the defense, the team, and they weren't missing this game. I guarantee you. I mean, they would have hobbled around if they had to. So.
It's had to have meant more just for you over the years, just this game. How much does it mean?
It mean a lot, what I was going through. My father got killed, and then tore my ACL, keep getting injured. So, that's a blessing for all. I say that's just a blessing.
That's Coach White is here.
Thanks, Shane. Win mean to you guys?
It means a lot, being our last game and the seniors, this our last game, just going out with a win and making sure that trophy staying here in Lexington, Kentucky mean a lot to us and the community.
You don't want to take the jersey off.
Nah, I think I might go to sleep with this. I'm sorry.
With the season it's been, it's obviously ups and downs and things in between, but just to go out with a win, does that kind of put to bed some of the bad taste from this year?
Yes, it do, because ending the last regular season game with a win, always good, because you don't want to be training a few months with an L on your back or on your mind, because that sucks. So, just having that opportunity to come out on top means a lot.
You guys were able to get good pressure on their quarterbacks. What was the key to that?
Just giving it all and make sure we contain that quarterback, because we know if the quarterback get going, that team get going. So we had to just contain him as much as we could.
Do you think you guys played as well this game as you did in the first game against Miami? Could you have played better?
I feel we played good. We always could play better, but just seeing the progress we had from game one to now means a lot of vocal communication out there. Guys being able to come in when people are down. So just having good confidence in everybody, I feel like we had that.
You guys played really hard, a lot of pride last week. Didn't get the W, but do you feel in any way that helped you kind of set the stage for following that up tonight?
Yes, we came with the same tone we did last week. Coach Stoops said, I challenged y'all last week. Y'all guys stepped up, so I'm challenging y'all this week. And we did that, so I'm proud of the guys.
What impressed you with the way that your secondary really started clicking early on, and even losing Geiger to really put together the performance it did this year?
We always preach next man up. So we wasn't expecting nobody to take a step back. It probably took some time for them to come up, but we always had good confidence in everybody in this building, because, we the ones who always got our back. We working with each other 24/7. We see each other 24/7. So you got to gain that trust with each other.
What did it mean to you to see DeAndre and Jaquez out there?
It mean a lot, because, I was talking to them all week, like, man, I know y'all in pain, but at least give me one more if y'all could. I know we got a bowl, but I need one more at Kroger Field. So I'm just happy to have them out there one more last time.
Some people were wondering if they would just make an appearance, go in and go out, but they ran on some big.
They said if they was dressing, they was gonna play. They wasn't just gonna be no backup emergency or anything. They was gonna try to get some reps out there. So.
How big was it for Jaquez down there on the fourth down?
It was big. It was big. I was happy for him, just being back, being out a few games and just coming where he left off at. So happy for him.
What goes through your mind on a senior day when you see everybody out there and you hear that name one more time and, maybe the last time?
Just tears of joy, just happy, being here since I was 17, 18 years old. And the guy I am now, I'm just happy that these people around here was here to help me.
What do you do now that you're preparing?
All right, guys, last one, we got Ruff here,
to
too.
the next bowl game? What do you do in the meantime?
Just do what we always do, work out, recovery, and try to keep ahead of task and see who's next. That's
I feel to put on the performance that you did in this last game against Louisville after everything.
It feels good because, if we're being completely honest, it hasn't been the best year on the field yet. But to end on that note, 4 for 4, perfect on extra points, it feels really good, and especially doing it against Louisville. Always feels good to do it against them. So, yeah.
To be named MVP, the kicker is the kicker. It's not the quarterback or the running back. You put on that kind of a performance. That's got to be a big feather in your cap.
Oh yeah, they told me it's the first kicker ever to win that award, and it just means a lot. And it means a lot as the field goal unit. My long snapper K to Graw, my older transport, and all of the line. Just to end on that performance, they gave it to me, but it's truly the whole field goal unit that got that MVP.
What was the year like for you, emotionally?
Emotionally, started off really strong, and then middle of the season, if we're being completely honest, wasn't my best year. As a unit, it wasn't our best year. But we stuck together, and we stuck together till the end. Today, I think it really showed, our mental toughness. Being consistent.
Not only when you were mental toughness, it also shows the unity you get into.
Yes, 100%. We've been together for, this is our second year now, me, Chance, and Cade. I think this is Cade's third year being my long snapper. So just the camaraderie and the unity amongst us to end today the way we did meant a lot. So.
Hey, you're coming off the field and there's some fans there. They chanted your name. A couple people wanted pictures. Could you have imagined that end when you were kind of going through some of the ups and downs?
No, that was special. Usually, when you go out there, there's always that one little kid that wants every player's autograph, right? So you're just like, he probably has no clue who I am. And so getting to, hear that chanting, and then it was really cool. My family actually came down on the field after, and they were walking out with me for them to see that. And then, like you said, chanting the name was just really special to me. Special way to end it.
Was there anybody in particular who helped you through it that you kind of leaned on when times were tough?
I'd say probably the specialist unit, our punters, long snappers, kickers, everyone. Because let's be honest, the specialists, they're the easiest target to pick on, to go after. I'm judged off a make or a miss. It's not like our quarterback where he can have one incomplete pass. They're like, oh, why do you have that? It's just he had an incomplete pass. But when I have a miss, they judge me harder. So we realize that as a specialist group, and I think just having each other and having someone else who's gone through that adversity before helps a lot.
Coach Duke seemed to treat it.
Get through that tough stretch to us.
Oh yeah, 100%. First guy I call after every practice is my dad. We just talk about football, whether it be kicking, how the team's doing, and then obviously my mom's my biggest supporter. So she'll cheer me on no matter what, and I think this year really showed how my family's always going to be there no matter what.
Coach Dukes during the season seemed to treat it like these guys have done this thousands of times. They know what they're doing. Did that help take pressure off and make it work?
I think it did. It's nice when your coach has faith in you. Because, there's some coaches out there who are pretty hard on the kickers, not here at UK. Stoops he's always liked to say, let the kickers do their own thing. Obviously, we got to do well, but he lets us kind of just be ourselves because you can't get too mental with the kickers. And he's been really good throughout my career about that.
Does it help? Does it matter that you made the first one? Like when you get the first one out of the way, does it take any pressure off?
I think it does. I think it takes the jitters out the first one when you go out there, whether it be an extra point, a field goal. It just gets those jitters away, and it's like, all right, I did that. Why can't I do it again? So for sure.
Am I correct in understanding that you're saying Stoops pretty much let you guys alone to figure it out for yourselves when you had those bad stretches?
Oh, yeah. What I mean by that is he's not going to come out, like when I run off the sideline, he's not going to berate me or yell at me. He's just going to be, hey, what happened there? He's not going to get on me too hard. He's like at practice, we have the practice fields out there, and the specialists go to the stadium, and we work on ourselves because obviously there's no room out there, but we work by ourselves, and we're alone a lot. But like I said earlier, the specialists, we have each other, and so when it comes down to mentally, we have each other to help us through that.
You mentioned the snappers. I mean, been up and down year for them too. Perfect today. Anything in particular? Did you talk to them? What was it like talking to them back and forth?
I think it kind of goes off of the confidence that Coach Stoops has always had in us. I mean, if you look at our previous years and the first few games this year, we were solid. And, sometimes it just happens to be a bad year. Today I really think it showed that we are good. And that Stoops continues and will probably always have confidence in us. And I can't compliment Cade and Chance enough. They did a great job today. Everything was perfect, and the line as well.